Hello, good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are having an awesome morning. So let me just adjust my camera here. Make sure we are good. It's a little low. 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, for those who know me, you know I am a homeschooling mom, so sometimes my kids use my office and I tilt the camera and I completely forget to tilt it back because I'm a lot taller than they are. So, welcome, guys. Welcome. I am streaming today to three different platforms. I am trying something different. So, I'm so excited to do this. And it took me a while to set up, but I think I'm getting the hang of it here. But I'm really excited about what we're about to talk about today. So, I've been thinking about this. The same opportunity can be presented to multiple people, and some will see the opportunity immediately, and some will hesitate, and some will question it, and some will only see obstacles, right? But it's the same situation, but it's a completely different perspective. If you feel like you're, and my thing is, if you feel like All right. Welcome. Welcome to the Rich Auntie podcast, where we talk about wealth building, structuring your life and business, and becoming the version of yourself that could sustain all of it. And today it's more about mindset. Usually I'm talking a lot about business building, I'm talking a lot about wealth, but today I wanted to talk about mindset because this part of our life affects every single aspect. What happens in between these 2 points really determine a lot about how we go about our life, the decisions we make, all of that stuff. And so because it affects everything, I love to talk about the mind and the mindset that we have so that we could accomplish the things that we need to accomplish. So today is not going to be about intelligence, it's not going to be about your capability or even your experience. It is going to be about your perception. All right. And it's about how you see the things in front of you. That's what it's about. So some people, they see an opportunity and they think, you know, this could change a lot of things for me. This could really be the thing. And then others see the same opportunity and they're like, I don't know about this. What if it doesn't work? What if it's not the right time? We always talk about the glass being half full and being half empty. Some of us, we see the glass full all the time, the optimists, right? Some of us, we see it half empty. But it's our perspective that really decides how we see things. And some people see potential and others see problems. That's really what it comes down to. But it's the potential and it's the problems, but it comes down to your perspective. So it's the three P's, right? And it really determines a lot. And this doesn't come from it just anywhere. This stuff doesn't come out the blue. It's really about what you were taught when you were a child, right? So your experiences, your past experiences where from childhood until now. So all of those past experiences has shaped your perspective and how you look at things. So we have to be so mindful of how we perceive things because it's always being influenced by something, whether that's your past experience, whether that's fair. For many people, it's fear driving every decision that they make. Okay, whether it's lack of clarity, when you just don't know what you don't know, or you're not sure, you're indecisive because you're not sure how to look at things. And sometimes it's just lack of exposure. You're not out there doing the thing, you're not getting exposed to different things where you could draw experience from, right? So that exposure as well, you're not put in positions where you have to think differently. You're kind of just taught what to think. And so all of these things, um, if you've ever made a decision, just understand it's being influenced by a lot of these. All right. So if you've never seen something work, it's harder to believe it could work for you. So just keep in mind that when you're making decisions, you really have to think, why am I thinking about it in this way? And so sometimes what looks like hesitation, it's actually just uncertainty. Sometimes what looks like overthinking is just a lack of clarity. And you can't confidently move. You can't make moves if you don't fully understand a situation. So just know that whatever you're feeling when it's time to make a decision, it's because maybe you're overthinking it because of lack of clarity, or you're hesitating because of the uncertainty of it all. But the great thing is we could fix those things, right? And I've had moments like this too. So, anytime I'm faced with a situation that I don't understand, I'm not sure about, I'm like, okay, who can I call? Let me find somebody in this area that is more experienced than me, that I can draw from, that I can ask questions. And so even if I'm uncertain about a situation and it's causing hesitation in me, then I just find someone that can help me smooth out what needs to be smoothed out, or give me the information that I need. Because there's a lot of information out there, but the right information is important. And sometimes you need specialized knowledge in order to do what you got to do. Okay, so even if you're not experienced in that area, reach out to someone who is, because you can't move forward if you don't understand a situation. And a lot of the times, you're missing out on opportunities. You're leaving money on the table simply because you don't know what you don't know, and that hesitation within you is paralyzing you and causing you to not make decisions. Okay, so, we all have those moments. Like I said, me too. And instead of seeing what's possible, sometimes you just focus on all the things that could go wrong, especially those of us who are more on the analytical side. Like if you're a person that, your numbers, your facts, your figures and stuff like that, we're seeing all of the holes, everything. My husband is like that. Like he's super analytical, so he sees everything that could possibly go wrong with anything, and that's valuable, right? It's valuable, but you also need the perspective of what can go right. And so you need to have both perspectives, and it needs to be balanced in a way where you could still move forward and make decisions even when you can see that, hey, these things may go wrong, but look at all of the things that can go right. And we call that calculated risk. So when you analyze a situation, you have to analyze it as a whole, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, like a lot of people that gamble, if any of you gamble, I I'm pretty sure you're just looking at the bright side. Oh, if I win this money. Oh, if I hit the jackpot. Oh, but what if you lose it all, right? What if you don't hit the jackpot? What if you completely destroy your family because of your emotions and your lack of discipline? And this is not to get on you. What I'm saying is, in any situation, you have to look at both sides. So if you're a person that you're more on the optimistic side and you veer to that side a lot, you're like always looking at the good. And if you're a person that's always looking at the negative, both of those things don't serve you. You need to find a way to be able to see both sides of the coin, or both sides of the situation. And if you're a person that you're always optimistic, find someone who is pessimistic as hell. Like all they do, they exist to find what's wrong. Okay. And ask them questions and be okay with what they're gonna say to you, because they're gonna give you the other side that you can't see. Okay, so just to help you out there. So I love to align myself with people that think differently from me. I'm more of an optimist. So I think I always see the grass is greener, right? But over time and experience and being married to someone who's the complete opposite from me, I've learned to look at both sides, and I'm sure vice versa, right? And so find yourself someone who is different in their way of thinking, who challenges your perspective, and who gives you that other side of things so that you can see both sides if you don't naturally do that. Okay. And over time, you'll naturally get better at it and you'll naturally challenge your own self. But it's always good to have a healthy perspective at the end of the day. And that comes with being able to analyze the situation and still move forward if it makes sense. And also, if it doesn't make sense, to not get emotional about it and to take a pause or step back or completely say, you know what? I'm not moving forward at all. And like I said, that takes practice, that takes time, but we all can get there. And like I said, all of us go through that. When I get excited, I have to calm myself down and I'm like, hold on, wait, pause, let me let me look at this again from a different perspective, all right? And see what's going on here. But once your perspective shifts, everything starts to look different in your life. So you could have the same situation, you could have different people, and they have completely different perspectives. So which one serves you? It's being able to see both. All right. So what I found is that when you can see both sides, you also start to ask better questions. I am a big believer in asking better questions. If you're asking questions, they need to be the best possible questions you can ask. And a lot of the times, many people, they're asking themselves the wrong questions. So we need to learn how to ask better questions, right? So instead of asking, what if this doesn't work? Ask, what if this is exactly what I need? So analyze it from different viewpoints. Because at the end of the day, opportunities don't change your life. And I know some of you are like, what? Yes, I said what I said. At the end of the day, opportunities don't change your life. It is the decisions that you make about those opportunities that change your life. It is genuinely your decisions, okay? So opportunities are all around us. If someone tells you there's a lack of opportunities, maybe they need a friend that's a little bit more optimistic and can see potential instead of problems, because I see opportunities everywhere. I see so many opportunities. I'm like, there's no way someone could have a scarcity mindset or don't have an abundant mindset, because if they feel like if someone does something great, they can't be great, that's some stinking thinking, and they need to really wash that brain out. Because when I look around, I see so many opportunities that it's not humanly possible for us all to take advantage of those opportunities. So there will always be an opportunity for you. There will always be something that you could do. There's always some value you could create in the world. There's always something and some way you could serve someone and make their life a lot better. Okay, so when I look at opportunities, I see them everywhere. But just understand that it's not the opportunities that change your life. It's the decisions that you make. Because another side of that is there'll be people that see opportunities and they don't take advantage simply because they don't know what they're looking at. They're looking at it, but they're completely blind to what they're looking at. And so just know that there are so many opportunities around you, and the decisions that you make about them is what is going to change your life. And when I say the decisions, I mean when you say yes and when you say no, because every decision is a decision, and doing nothing at all is still a decision. And so that is what truly changes and moves the needle for you. You have to be able to see the opportunities, you have to be able to see the potential and the problems, And then you have to be willing to make the decision to say yes or no. And then at that point, you have to be willing to go through the process, right? And I always say progress over perfection. So we got a bunch of P's in here this morning. And so how I think, my brain thinks in like pictures and all of that stuff. All of our minds, they think differently. So I'm looking at problems, potential, perfection, um, just everything at the same time, and they're just coming at me. But just understand that in order to make progress, just focus on the progress and not perfection as well. All right. So the questions you can ask yourself is not, is this a good opportunity? But how am I seeing this opportunity? Am I genuinely seeing this the right way? Because, like I say, opportunities are everywhere. But it doesn't mean that that specific opportunity is for you. That may be for someone who is your friend or your family member. And you really have to look at, how am I seeing this opportunity? And you need to be able to identify whether this is the right opportunity for you, or whether you need to say, hey, friend, I've seen this opportunity. Like, I feel like this may be in alignment with where you want to go. Okay, so just understand that as well.